Hello, I'm Jason Carr, a Technology Development Rep with Bayer Crop Science. Today I want to talk just briefly about a trial that we executed in 2019. So we designed this trial to evaluate the effect of soybean population on disease development, on lodging, and on weed control. We planted soybeans at populations ranging from 60,000 to 160,000, and we replicated this trial 4 times at several locations. Unfortunately, we planned out this trial, and as often happens in research, we weren't able to execute exactly like we had planned. So, as you remember, this year was very wet. We were prevented from planting until June. Not all of our locations got planted, and then, as it turned out, harvest was also a struggle and did not all get harvested. So since we planted late, we did not end up seeing big differences in disease development. In fact, we didn't see disease development at all in these trials, and we did not see much weed pressure, and we also did not see lodging. So we had to kind of take what we could, but we were still able to evaluate the effect of population in late planted beans. So as I mentioned earlier, the challenges this spring and harvest challenges really only allowed us to get data from 2 locations of this trial. So they came from Roanoke in Woodford County and from Newark in Kendall County, Illinois. We planted at 6 different varieties at 6 different rates and 2 row widths, and we had 4 replications per location. So let's take a look at the data. What do we see from this data? So the first thing we see is that in the 30-inch rows, the population, increasing population yield was pretty much continued to increase with increasing population up to the 160,000, and we have no reason to believe that even at a higher population we wouldn't have continued to push yield. However, we see a different story in the 20-inch rows. So in the 20-inch rows, our most profitable population in the 20-inch rows was 100,000 seeds per acre, and we don't see a big yield increase after that point. We do see, a bit of an increase, 2 or 3 bushels, as we go from 100,000 up to 140,000, but basically the yields plateau at that point. So in this study, the highest, most profitable configuration was planting 100,000 seeds per acre in 20-inch rows. So what do we learn from this study? We don't really learn anything too groundbreaking, just kind of confirm some things that are already known. So when planting late, we want to increase the population to maximize yield, especially in wider rows. But if we have the opportunity to go to narrower rows, that will allow growers to maximize their ROI at a lower population. In this trial, yield continued to increase with a higher seeding rate when planted in 30-inch rows. However, when we went to the 20-inch rows, we stabilized that yield at a much lower seeding rate in a much more rapid time.